Hello.
Hey, hey, how are we?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good. It's so nice to meet you. Oh my God, like I'm freaking out.
Oh my
It's nice to meet you, Arlen.
Adam, you have such a special place in my heart. You just don't even
Oh
know.
my God, stop. You're gonna make me like a blush at like 10 p.m. 10.
I know you're at 10. It's like 8 for me, but I'm here for it.
Good
I'm
morning. Thank you
here.
for waking up early for me. I appreciate it
Of
so
course.
much.
Of course. Absolutely.
Oh my God, well, nice to meet you. Welcome to this
Thank
whole
you.
like, thing. Thanks for doing this, by the
Yeah.
way. I'm honored that you're here. So
Oh,
thank
Adam, I feel like if I were to do my first Motherland interview, it just had to be with you. It's
Oh
just
my God,
like
stop it.
no,
Stop
no,
it.
no. Like seriously, like I told you that I couldn't access it here. I couldn't access Motherland when I was doing the audition. So I was like, okay, where do I find this? And then you came up on YouTube and I literally watched the whole first season with you in your reaction videos.
That's
And I
crazy.
was just like, okay, I'm kind of getting this world. So yeah, no, it's just like it's amazing.
That's when I found that out. I was like, okay, I should actually, I should probably begin the video first. All of my
Yeah, you
bitches.
did.
Do you know what I mean? All of my bitches. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today I am here with a very, very special guest from the screen. I'm just kidding. I got a Arlen. Arlen is here. We're here to chat all about Motherland, Fort Salem, and her incredible role as Nectar. Arlen, first of all, thank you for joining me today. Good morning to you. Hi.
Hi.
I'm so excited that you are here. Um, how are you? You been good?
I'm great. I have water. I
Yeah.
am ready to go. I have a beautiful soul in front of me. And
Oh my
so
God.
I'm just so happy this morning.
Oh
Thank
my God,
you.
stop. Likewise, same to you. I have my water. I have a
You
beautiful sun
do.
on me. Look, it is night time this morning. We made it work. Um,
Yes.
so we were saying this just before, but so so you booked the role of Nick and you couldn't, as you said, you didn't have access
Oh no, this is
to,
before I booked. Before I
before you
booked.
booked it, even
I
before.
had to no, I had to do research because I was like, what is
Oh,
Motherland Fort Salem?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so like I need to do research. So I was like trying to research the show and I found your videos and I was just like, thank God. Because like I had little snippets here and there, and then your reactions really helped too. I was like, wow, the show is like intense. But also I didn't know very much about my character either. So I was like, who is this character? Because I was auditioning for the younger Nikta.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
mhm, yes. And then I was like, oh my God, this person's hilarious. I love you. Your reactions are amazing. I was just like, okay. And then when I booked the role, like I was just like, oh my God, I feel kind of, like I owe you something because like
Oh my
you
God,
helped
but you
me like
owe me.
figure it out.
You owe me nothing. You owe me nothing. Literally, when I found out, so if you guys didn't know, there is a Twitter Discord chat that we
Yes,
happen to be a
there is.
part of. Hey, we'll
Mm-hmm.
get into that a little bit later. But I found out
Mm-hmm.
in that chat that Arlen watched my videos to like prepare for the role of
Yeah,
Nectar, and on that's literally crazy. Like
yeah.
I could just imagine. Did you adjust your volume? Because I feel like I screamed a lot. There was like a lot of
No, no,
no, you're good.
no. I'm good.
That is good to know. I'm glad you prepared yourself. But that honestly, I'm the one that should be honored that you watched my videos to like do
Oh,
research on the show. Like that's insane. Like I was actually shocked. Listen, the honor's all mine, honest, please. And I'm glad you're here. So like it was like a full circle moment, I feel. So
I know. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's
yeah.
like weird to be like, I'm talking to you now, but like,
Honestly,
I guess that's life. Yeah.
when I found out, I was like, who plays this Nick Like, who plays it? Like, she's so good. I was watching, I'm just like, this actress is so good. And then, like, I found you because, like, I was even was like retweeting and stuff, and, with the hashtags.
Mhm.
And then I saw that you followed me. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, excuse, as
Yeah.
if I don't,
Because I love you.
alone. I was like, oh my God, this needs to happen right now. But you are incredible on the show. One of
Oh my
my
God.
favorite additions.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
favorite additions to the cast. You blew me away. You're incredible. I'm gonna keep gushing. I don't care. But like
I'm blushing. It's gonna take a moment to breathe.
it's okay.
I'm good.
Hydrate.
I'm hydrating.
Oh my God.
I'm all
It
good.
was so
I'm good. I'm
cool.
good.
I love it. I love this. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. If we freak out throughout this whole thing, like it is what it is. Like
It's all good. It's like a safe space. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
exactly. So what's it like playing such a complex character like Nectar? Because she's just interesting.
Mm. Well, I feel like I've never played a villain before. I've always played like very like innocent, like young, must be saved people. So
Yeah.
I was so happy to get my claws into this character. And I feel like you always have to start from a place of empathy
Mm,
and figure out how that person got to where they got to. So writing a lot of backstory, like my audition, I didn't get that much information, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to fill this with something. So like what's my relationship to this kid, to Alder, obviously, what history we have, how did I grow up, how did I get this power? Because it's pretty dark to like make people kill themselves.
yes. Correct.
Yeah. So what is my relationship to that power? How did I grow into that? And just understanding, I think you have to understand a person, especially if they're like the villain. I mean,
Mm,
I have a soft spot for Nicta in my heart. Like I have to understand why she does those things.
yeah.
So once you kind of build that whole world for yourself, it's kind of pretty easy. And the writing, I mean, it was just surprising when I get the scripts. I was like, oh, this is really easy to memorize because I just know like who she is and where she's coming from. And I love how funny she is. she's just,
Same. Same, me too.
she's just like "Meh, meh, meh, meh." um so yeah, no, it's a pleasure. It's like an absolute total pleasure. And then to play her throughout time as well, like then getting the
Yeah.
chance to play her as older Nick, I was just like, oh my God, to start off like this in the show is just such a treat, especially because like I said, we can be so cast as like innocent and like, so yeah.
So that's amazing. So were you just playing the young Nicta, or did they tell you you're gonna play the older version, like the present version, or was like a surprise?
That was a surprise,
Yeah.
except for Jess knew, Jess like being the knower that she is
Yeah.
as Tally. She's just like, she's like, oh yeah, you're gonna come back to play it. I was like, I don't know. Like my character's young Nicta. And she's like, no, you'll see. And then I came back and I was older Nicta and I was like, okay, Tally.
Yes.
But you do your knowing thing. Cool.
She sees all. She
But
sees
yeah,
everything.
I know. I know. So yeah, no, amazing to like, yeah, when I got that news, I was pretty bummed. I was just like,
Yeah. They clearly
wait,
saw
this isn't
talent.
real.
Exactly. They clearly saw how good you were, and they were like, we have to
Oh,
keep her on the show. Like, look, it speaks for itself. Talent speaks for itself. That's all I'm saying.
oh.
Best
Oh
decision they
my
ever made.
God. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Now, were you expecting all this incredible support from the fandom? Like, is this like your first time being with all these? Because the fandom's like incredible. Did you expect it all? Like, how did you react? What was your response to
No.
it? No.
No, I mean, I didn't have Twitter before. So I was just like, the cast was like, oh, we do this live tweeting thing. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to keep up with this? And then I got Twitter and I was just like, the first episodes, I was just like, oh my God. Like, it's so fast. And I was like,
Yeah.
where am I? And I was like, just like jumping back and forth. I was like, oh, gifts. Okay, I'm going to GIF. And then that was kind of it. And then I started to learn a little bit. So I didn't even know where the fans were. Like people from the cast were like, Arlen, use the hashtag every time. I was like, okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Cool, got it. So I was pretty lost, and then like I somehow found the Talder fans, which is just really funny because I'm
Right? Literally.
just like like how am I kind of getting love from these people? Like, shouldn't they hate me? But
No, never. Never.
no, they're
Never hate.
amazing.
Mm.
They're amazing. No, they're so sweet and funny. Like I love the personalities. Like you kind of start to pick up on people and their humor, and I love it. I kind of live for it. Yeah, no, the fans are amazing. And I still feel like I'm lost though. I feel like I don't get everything. And sometimes people like there's so many incredible artists too.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't think I get to see all of it. So I'm still figuring it out.
You're
So yeah,
doing
love to all
you're
of
doing
them.
amazing. You were doing so good. The fandom's massive. Like it can be very overwhelming, but all the support, the positive energies, like all the fan art,
Oh,
like I know it's
yeah.
hard to see them all, but there's so many. They're so incredible. The whole fandom's so talented.
Yeah.
But they love you. We love you.
I oh, thank you.
So
I
like
love right back. Also, like, what's your relationship to Twitter? How do you do it?
how do I do it? I literally just freak out all the time, and people just happen to agree with what I say sometimes. They're just like
That's it. That's a
it can
secret.
be yeah, it can be a lot. I miss the live tweets because I'm in Australia, I didn't get to live
Oh,
tweet the episode, so I have to wait till after it airs.
right.
So I have to stay off Twitter so I don't get spoiled. And then like I'll go online, but I'll try and like
Got
avoid
it.
because my whole timeline will be like all
Oh,
Motherland
right.
because I follow so many, the whole cast and everything. So I see all the hashtags. I'm like, I can't look at it. So I try to just be unspoiled until like I can watch it. But man, it's a lot. It's a lot, but
Yeah.
it's so much fun. It's so much
It
fun.
is. It is. It makes it so much. I have to watch the show twice because when I'm live tweeting, I'm just like, honestly,
Right?
how do people do it so fast? Like how?
Honestly, that is the one
Like,
thing, I remember once I think I did I think I went online or I was on some website that you could watch like live in the US and like I was
yeah.
live tweeting some show and I'm like, this is really hard.
Like,
It's
how do
so
you know what's happening?
literally I'm just like, but I'm making like spelling errors. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
I'm like, how do you people do this? This is it's a talent. I have to
It's
commend it.
talent. It's talent.
It is, right? I'm like, oh man, I'm like, I can't. Thank God. In a way, I'm glad I didn't have to watch it live, but like, I could not keep up. I can't do it. Maybe I'm old. I don't know, but
Oh
I
my
can't.
God. Imagine you doing like a reaction video and live tweeting and
Could you
stopping the
imagine?
video and watching it.
That'd be just another added thing. I'm like, I can't do that. I'd be like, no, no, no. People like even like they make the gifs of the episode so quickly.
I know. I know.
I'm just like, how magic? It's magic.
It
Listen,
is.
it's they're incredible. I can't.
They're switches. They're switches.
Exactly, the switches. They got the magic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, what was your personal favorite moment from this season? There was too
Oh
many,
my
right?
God. Oh, wow. Coming in with the questions.
Yeah. Oh no.
Jesus.
That's a hard one because there are so
So
many,
much happens. Like
right?
every episode is like a roller coaster. My God. How do you pick a moment? What is your favorite moment of the
Oh,
season?
now I'm
You
gonna
start.
think of all the.
You
Oh,
start because this is brutal.
I mean, obviously, the
Um,
Rayla kiss for me is one of my favorite moments.
oh yeah,
Obviously,
gorgeous
then
kiss.
oh my god, there's so
Gorgeous.
many. Tally
It's so
standing
sweet.
up to Older to defend Nectar was one of the. Jessica was. Oh my god,
It
that
was so
scene
beautiful.
was I just every week I was in awe of how
Hmm.
incredible like the entire cast, like
Yeah.
they really just stepped it up. And like
Hmm.
I was just every week I was just like wow, like there's no words to describe how incredible the cast is. And the crew,
Hmm.
it's what do you say? Like I'm speechless. Is it? Like
Adam, I feel like that moment is the one that I think I got the most chills.
Mhm.
That like defending moment, even though like I was totally like locked up back there, like just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
But getting to see it, I mean, because I do watch the show, you're in snippets of it and you read little parts of it, and we have these like table reads now on Zoom, which is so different
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like you're not in the same room. So I sometimes feel like I'm watching the show and I'm really watching the show. I mean, on my second round. I mean, not my
Yeah,
live tweeting
yeah,
round, but second round.
yeah.
Watching the show. And yeah, I think that was the one that I was like, oh my God, oh dear. And then
Yeah,
like
yeah.
was like, oh shit, right, I have to tweet. But also like I also rile with her mom in the mycelium. There are
Oh
just
my
some moments
God,
there
yeah.
that just like
Mm,
it just gets you.
yeah,
Because it's kind of like, I mean, this is the worst example ever. Not like lovers, but they're kind of missing each other constantly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the mom and but there's so many relationships. There's so many, like that's the thing. Like so many of these storylines are quite developed. Also, um, when they're at it's the Tiffany episode, and they just kind of like when Demetria and Amalia just come in looking like incredible,
Oh my,
and just like
yes.
I just can't pick a moment. This is so hard.
It's hard, right? There's so many incredible moments.
Yeah, because no, sometimes like something incredible happens for a crew of people, and then something incredible happens for the next crew, and you're just
Yeah,
like, and you're just like, I can't, I don't know where to place myself. I'm just kind
yeah,
of like in this in between space. So yeah, I
yeah.
don't know.
The entire that's how like that just proves how good the season was because you literally cannot choose a favorite moment because each one's good for a different reason.
Yeah,
It's just like so. What was your favorite Nicta moment?
Nikta.
Hmm.
I think I had a lot of fun when I was getting interrogated
Yeah, of course, of course.
because I was just like, okay, whatever. Come on, Tally, let's play.
Yeah,
Um, there's just such a Nick just so confident and like fearless and moments where I would be like shitting my pants, like straight up
yeah,
shitting my pants. And so to be able to be in that and just be like, I'm holding my own, like none of you are getting in my way, and I'm not scared, I'm not afraid. Like I think that felt really incredible to play.
yeah.
And but yeah, just like sassing constantly. Like just I love sassing.
That's why the villains
It's
are
yeah.
some of the best characters to
I
play. It's just so
know.
good being bad, right? It's
No.
like
Yeah.
even Nick does not. I mean, like she's like a villain, but like I feel like she kind of redeems herself towards the end of season two, like a little bit. Like you see, like
Mhm.
it's not
Mhm.
all black and white. Like each side's done something that's just
Mhm.
bad, and like you
Well,
end up,
every character is great. Every character is great.
exactly, and that's what's so good about the show. Like every character,
Yeah.
you root for somebody, but then like even the good people, the good characters are like the protagonists do bad things. It's the all gray areas.
Mhm.
It's like you know. Because you
Mhm.
play Nectar so well with such grace, you just how do you not like have that special place in your heart for Nectar? You want her to, be happy at
Oh
the end. Like she did
yeah.
so much, it's
Yeah.
just you and the writing, like amazing. I told you,
Mhm.
amazing, amazing. Oh no,
I
I'm
feel so
gonna
much
gosh,
love
I'm
for you.
sorry. I do
No, keep blushing.
I do it all
It's
the
all
time. I
good.
always gush whenever I'm interviewing someone, just like because I'm just like so happy and it's like, it's just
I feel like I'm gushing for you though. This is the thing. I'm just like constantly like just laughing to myself and just trying to play it cool, but I'm actually like
oh my god,
constantly.
please. I am
Yeah, no,
literally
for real.
no, don't worry, it's fine. So my next question is, what was it like
Yeah.
working with Jess, especially during the fight scene in episode 8? Because that was one of my favorite, another favorite moment. But like you two
Mhm.
play off each other like so well. Even like the interrogation scenes, like every scene you
Mhm.
have together, like the chemistry is amazing.
Mm. Well, Jess is like, I feel like she's the welcomer of Motherland. I feel like everyone that comes in, she somehow meets and is like, come, like land. And so I was really lucky to meet Jess early on. And for episode 8, we definitely chatted and we were like, okay, like looking at how we both kind of perform and taking cues off like our like the looks that we have and like the essences of those both characters. So, oh no, that is that. Wait, what's episode 8? Is that when we switch bodies, or is the one before?
Yeah.
Oh no, when we the fight scene.
That's in the in the in
Oh,
the woods
oh,
up the cabin.
oh, the woods. Oh
The
yeah.
woods.
No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you do switch bodies at the end of that episode
yeah,
anyway.
we do
Yeah.
switch places at the end of that. No,
Just too many fight scenes.
I mean, like what? But yeah, just so fun because she's I think we're both people that like to explore, So we like to play. So that scene developed slowly, and we were just kind of trying out different things. And we're also kind of circling each other. And it's so interesting to like circle your prey and
Yeah.
having that little dance. And we found some cool moments where it's just kind of like I take a step forward and I kind of like psych her out as we're walking. So it was a lot
Yeah.
of like give and take. And finding that rhythm is just it's just a beautiful thing to slowly explore. And having the chance to do that on set, it's just you don't always get to do that. Sometimes it's like in, out, bang, let's go, we got the scene, versus being like, okay, what feels right for both of us?
Mm.
And establishing the Nick to Tally dynamic, which also grows over
Yeah.
time. In the beginning, Tally's terrified, and Nick is just like, oh my God, look at this little mouse. Yeah.
Literally, like that scene where like I think when Nectar has control of the biddy and like she's like attacking Older and then like Tally sees it and then like they have that moment, it's like, and like the direction of it was really cool because it was like the flashing to your eyes and then Tally's eyes. It was like that back and forth thing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was like there was the realization that like Nectar knew that Tally could see her, and like it was like such a like
Yeah.
I think that was like the beginning of their bond. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
powerful stuff. I was like, holy crap, like, this is so good. And
Yeah.
I think, am I wrong? So okay, I want to, this is, do you think, now I know the fans have been talking on Twitter and stuff, but how do you see Nectar and Tally's relationship? Like, do you see there's like a mentor, or like can we ship it a bit? Like, because is she flirting? Do you think Nectar's flirting with Tally? I'm gonna put it bluntly, a little bit. Like,
Um,
what do you think? She has nicknames for her.
I feel like Nick to will flirt with anyone.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
think
I love that.
and Tally's fun because I think when Nick meets Tally, like Tally's still kind of like, and I think Nick was like, chill, come on,
Yeah,
like kind of like a cat that has fun with its mouse before it's just like
yeah.
playing with it. It doesn't want to kill it. It just
It's just
wants to
having fun.
play.
You're toying.
Yeah,
Is
I
Nick
think
toying with Tally? Just like, hey, like, just playing with her feelings a little bit. Just like,
for sure. I mean, like, I'm sure that Nick finds Tally and all these people attractive because they are.
yeah,
But she's definitely, I think she's for sure flirting. But again, like I said, I think she would flirt with anyone who'd be down for it. I think she's
yeah.
down to play. And I think she really does respect Tally a lot.
Mm,
I think that moment with the biddy, she's just like, holy shit, who is this cadet?
yeah,
And Nick has been there before. Nick has had a very strong power, like Tally, and been in a kind of mentorship role with Alder before, so as
yeah.
well. So I think she really, really recognizes herself,
Mm,
and also it's kind of like a cautionary tale for Tally to be like, watch out who you idolize,
yeah,
and they might not be as perfect as you think they are.
yeah,
Because I think that Nick really did very similarly to Tally have like such an intense kind of feeling and connection with Alder,
yeah,
and that's betrayed in such a way that Alder is a general. Alder has a lot of shit to do, but also has to make decisions that that I mean ultimately created the spree in some ways,
yeah,
because Nikta recognizes that if you're a cadet, you don't have the choice is as to what wars you fight, and that you can be sent to do a war that you don't even want to fight, and you might kill people that are maybe people that would be on your side. So I think that realization that wow, I don't even know where I'm going right now on a tangent, but what am I talking about?
No, you're doing so. I'm like really invested. Like I'm like,
oh yeah, you're in it.
Keep going. I'm so
Okay,
intrigued.
okay, spree. Because in the army you conscript and you're fighting, and Alder has tried to create this space for witches to be in some way have lives, and when that fight happens in Liberia, those witches actually didn't want to conscribe. They just wanted to be free. They just wanted to have lives. and then they end up surrendering, but then they get killed using Nicta's work. So I think for Nicta being like, oh, this is the next level, like way back when Alder was fighting for us to have a life, and now what about actually us living those lives? What if we weren't just soldiers? What if we could just like live our lives, have families, and not be in the army every time we turned 18? Because they're forced to go there. And I think those witches, Nicta sees what they were fighting for and then realizes that maybe that's what this fight actually is about. The next layer, actually having lives.
Yeah.
How Nicta goes about it,
Is a
maybe
bit
not my choice.
But yeah.
But in the woods alone, like
Yeah.
not much contact with people. Angry.
Literally.
There's a lot of layers to that.
Her intentions are good, but the
execution maybe not. Also, I do feel like season 1 has a lot of like anti-spree propaganda from the war, from the army. So like when I got to season 2, I was just like, when I realized I was playing the leader of the spree, I was like, what? Okay, what?
Yeah.
Okay, let's figure this out. And I was just like, okay, what is the spree about? And I had a conversation with Elliot, especially for when I have to pour stuff down Jonas's throat. And I was just like, okay. And Elliot said the consent was very huge for Nicta. And I was like, oh, really? I didn't understand that, because in season 1, there was this balloon talking to Scylla. And I was just like, wasn't Scylla kind of getting like forced to do all these things? And then Elliot cleared up that was actually Willa on her own personal mission to try and get Ryla back.
Yeah.
So consent is huge. And anyone who's part of the spree knows what it's about and has the choice to leave or be part of it whenever they want. And they make those choices. So that like metal pouring down Jonas's throat moment would have been a very long conversation with Jonas about like what you're actually doing.
Yeah, because you know what you're consent to that.
Because
exactly.
Yeah, being like everyone has choices to what they want to do, because in the army that's what was robbed from Nicta, that choice. But also when something becomes so big, like the army, like how much control do you have over the smaller parts?
Yeah.
And I don't think the spree is organized in the same way as the army. The army is very like top down, and the spree is like all these kind of like smaller organizations. Nicta started in Liberia and started to like move to all these different countries and organize and get to know people and like be like, could we have this other kind of life? And can we show humans how expendable witches are? How can we make that point? I think in any kind of movement, your point needs to be understood, though, and I don't think it's understood by humans, obviously. But I think that Nicta doesn't think that humans see witches as full beings worthy of lives, and so if they're willing to kill witches, then it's kind of like, well, then I'll kill you.
Yeah. So like, really, is Nicta like that bad? Like, listen.
I mean, you're talking to the actor who had to like get into her mind, so like, of course, I'm gonna defend her. You know what I mean?
That's what it's like so interesting, because like, hearing your perspective, because you play Nicta, you have to get into her mind, like you just said. So and like we know that. In season 2, like Nicta's not, in season 1 they established the spree as like, something really terrible, like a terrorist organization, blah blah blah. Then you find out the whole reason why it was created, and like, so Nicta created the spree, but then
I did.
not you, Nicta created the spree. But like, even though like the message that Nicta wanted to like portray like wasn't bad, but like through it in the journey, kind of maybe like other people, it just became like something maybe bigger than Nectar, like, thought. And then she's like, oh crap, like, but like you said with the consent, like it's such an interesting thing, because like, I never thought of that, but like hearing that, I was like, holy crap, like it really changes, a perspective. So like, it's just so interesting. So we love Nectar.
Oh,
well, we always do, so it's okay. She's a little cutie, okay? As you said, like, she likes to play around, like it's fun, like she's a fun character, and we love complex characters, so.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay. If you had to be a character on the show, who would you play?
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
See, I've always found like necromancy like really cool. Like,
Hmm.
so I feel like I would be some type of necromancer. I just find that power just so cool. I don't know why. I just find it interesting, and I don't know, but I think I'll be a necromancer. I think I've always said that. I think I said that last in some another video, but like I've always found necromancy just so interesting. But
Hmm.
that
Have you
would be.
done the test online?
I think I did do the test. I think I did get necromancer actually.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Very
I
good.
was like, hey, I'm like looking to be Scylla, where's my necromancer? Scylla, where are you?
Yeah.
Like, Nick, I'm knocking on your door. I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, I also got Necro, and I was like, kind of makes
Hey.
sense.
Yeah, of
I feel like
course.
Nick to maybes. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. I so my next question is,
Yeah.
so what was it like working with Lynn? Because I know that Lynn is just
Oh.
incredible. Like, she's just a wonder, and she's amazing,
Hmm.
and just
Yes.
your dynamic, between you and Lynn, like Nectar and Sarah, like again, the chemistry between you two, amazing, and it's
Hmm.
just I thought he brings the characters because when I was watching the season, I was like, oh my God, like Sarah's like, maybe I thought Sarah was like evil, not evil, but like I say she wasn't all as good as we thought she was. And then like seeing her put, go off against you as against Nectar, it's like, holy crap, there's just these two really strong women just like on opposing sides, but it's you both are just insane. Like,
Oh, well, Lynn is a force. Lynn
yeah.
is a total force. And also just as a person, like such a like generous, beautiful soul, like just so kind and so present. Um, so I feel like when you meet actors like that, you kind of just lock in. There's a
Mm,
moment where you just kind of like, okay, you're here, I'm here, great. Let's just be together. And um, it kind of just demands you to be in the scene. She's so clear about where she's coming from. I'm so clear where I'm coming from. And so we kind of meet and we're very kind of um the characters are different forces.
mm,
So and they're both intense. So when they meet, it's kind of like at each other.
yeah.
So I love the moments when I could just stare at Lynn essentially and just be like, and play off that. It's just such a gift to be able to be with an actor that's so present with you. And like when they get into the scene, they're there and you're there with them. You just feel so supported
Yeah.
and you can continue playing. I really love it when you can find that actor's eyes and just connect to them. And Lynn is always just there for you. And I really, really love that, whether or not it's her coverage or not, which is a thing that sometimes happens on sets, but like people are still there for you when you have to do your side.
Yeah.
So no, she's just incredible and generous. I think she's a very generous actor.
Oh, it makes me so happy because I just love Lynn. Like a
Yeah.
lot of, like I told you, the whole cast is great, but just like Lynn's in performance, and I told you, you and Lynn, like you really were just a force to be reckoned with. Like you really came onto the show like I'm the lead of this three, like hear me roar. I love it. I always love strong, powerful women, and like you just came on season two and you like matched everybody's talents like against like Jessica, Lynn, everybody.
Oh.
I can keep going. You're incredible. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep saying it, but it's fine. But anyways, looks as like the fourth time I've gushed about it. It's fine. Who's counting? But like,
Okay, Adam, I have questions for you though.
okay, go. Lay them on me. I'm ready.
Okay, how long have you been doing this?
Like YouTube or
Yeah, or like just doing these reaction videos and all of that. Like, how did you get into this?
I I think it was I've been doing this I think for about I think it's been 5 years maybe.
5 years.
I think maybe 5 years. Like it started off with like one reaction a week, and that was Supergirl. I started doing Supergirl reactions.
Yeah.
Like I saw like reaction videos on YouTube. And I was like, oh, I can, because I enjoyed the show and like I was watching
Yeah.
other people react. And I'm like, I can do this too. And I started doing it. It was like one reaction a week, and then it became I think Flash and Supergirl did like a crossover episode. So I did the Flash, and then people liked that reaction. And then wanted me to continue. So I ended up doing 2 reactions a week. And then I did Riverdale. And then just grew from them. Then people started recommending me shows to watch. And I'm like, wait, what's happening? Like people actually like enjoying my reactions. I was like, holy crap. Like it was, and then from there, here I am interviewing you. So like, all these incredible, actors, actresses from like different shows. Like, I don't know, you just do something you love and things happen. Like, I don't know, like
Amazing. It's so amazing. Like I love that it comes from such like genuine place. Like you're just like, oh, I just like doing this, and like you can tell how much you love doing it.
thank you.
Like I think that people connect to that. They really feel that excitement and your empathy, and for all the characters, like how you connect to them, and you're just like like I don't know, I'm with you. Like you kind of express the roller coaster emotions that happens inside me, but like exteriorly, and it's just so fun. It's just so fun.
Oh, thank you so
I'm
much.
so I'm very like, yeah, I'm humbled. How many of these do you do a week or like a day?
um so it depends like on my schedule. It depends on what shows are out at what time, but usually it's
Mhm.
like Monday to Friday is pretty much like I do like 1 a day. If depends what's out, but like sometimes it
Oh my
might be
God.
like Saturday. Like I have to. Sometimes it's like I'll film and like I'll post things like on the weekends, because I try
Mhm.
not to film on the weekends if I don't have to, just to give myself like a break. Everything.
Have a life.
Yeah,
Have a life.
literally, because I
Yeah.
still have a life outside of YouTube, but like because it's been
Yeah.
like growing, like people want me to direct to all these shows. I'm just like it's it can get a lot,
Yeah.
but
I
pretty
bet.
like pretty much like Monday to Friday, like I do 1 a week, or just depends whatever's out, but usually it's Monday to Friday. But it's busy it's busy schedule, but when
I
you watch
know.
something that when I watch a show that I love, like it doesn't feel like I'm working. I was not work, but it's like I love watching these shows, and then when the show's actually good, it's like it doesn't feel like anything. Time goes, I'm just like, oh, like to see it, then I'm screaming and I'm crying, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know.
It's amazing because like you kind of carved out like a job for yourself that you love and that you get to, I don't know. I think that's amazing. I'm
It's
very
crazy
impressed.
because like, I didn't like,
Yeah.
I just, people are like, oh my God, your family, like, everyone's like, oh my God, you're so big on YouTube. Like, yeah, but I'm not. Like, I'm just a guy who does like react.
You're
Like,
person. You're just being
yeah, like,
yourself.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't see it as like, I see all my subscribers, I see them all as like my friends. Like, we can always sit down
Yeah.
and watch the shows together, because people like, when I watch a show with you, like, it's like I'm watching with a friend. And that's what like I want my channel
Yeah.
to be like. I want it to be like a safe space, like a positive space, and like
Yeah.
just an escape for people. And like if they can get enjoyment out of me screaming on a camera, crying on a camera over like Rayla kissing or like whatever, like I'm happy to watch the shit. It's good. So I was like, it's just hanging out with friends pretty much. Like that's
Yeah. It's such an interesting thing to connect with people like on a larger scale
yeah, yeah.
rather than like, do you feel like you're more like, oh, I like to ask people these questions all the time. But I'm like, in a group, who are you? Like, are you someone that like gels people? Are you someone who likes to kind of sit back and like see the energy? Are you someone who's leading the space? Like,
Mm.
where do you see yourself?
I feel like I'm usually the person who kind of wants to see everyone, what everyone's energy is first. Because like if
Yeah.
then like I'll be comfortable enough to like then like express myself. But if it's like usually like I can tell when like you can tell people's energies when you walk in a room, or like it just depends who they are. Like straight away, like you joined on the screen, I was like, we already connected. I was like, we got like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because sometimes you're a bit nervous, like, but like I know, I
Mhm.
was like a bit nervous before this interview.
Me
Like,
too.
yeah, like I knew it would be okay. Like it was like a good nervous, because like I knew it would be. I
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
that we would connect. Like I just knew.
Yeah.
I was like,
Mhm.
I knew you're gonna be a great person. Like obviously, but like you start talking and you're like, oh my God, like this is, worried for nothing kind of thing, But like,
Yeah.
I get sometimes you just get the person energy straight away, and then you just connect, and that's it. But usually I'm the person who just kind of wants to see how everyone is first before I jump in.
Hmm.
That's
Okay,
you.
cool.
What about
Very,
you?
very cool. I think I'm similar. I think that like I vibe off of other people's energies.
Mm,
And but also, I mean, COVID's been weird too, like not being around people for a long time. So then
yeah.
like I feel like I'm renegotiating how I am in a group in a
Mm,
way and just being like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
like why am I nervous all of a sudden? Or like I'm like or like, oh, I don't know, like yeah, I don't I think before I'd say that I was in between that space of just watching, figuring out people's energies and like coming in and sometimes being the life of the party, sometimes not. And
Yeah.
now I feel like I'm very much like, okay, like just like
Yeah,
very
honestly.
tiptoey, like why does this feel so weird? Why does it feel so weird to socialize again in a
Yeah.
way? Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just yeah,
Because you get so
COVID's
used to,
weird.
yeah, you're so used to, so used to being at home. That's why I'm like, for me,
Yeah,
my videos, it's like an outlet for me because I'm like, I still
yeah.
need to keep my, my videos going and stuff because it's like, I'm still, these are my friends, like, and it's just
Mhm.
like, if I don't do that, then like you shut out from like socializing to other people. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, I feel that, definitely feel that.
just like, but yeah, no, sorry, I like interrupted
No,
your
don't be silly.
question.
I told you, this ain't a professional thing. This is just like,
Yes, just
it's just
chill.
chilling, like whatever. This is what I love, like, and this with that energies like match because, like,
Mhm.
it doesn't feel like it's like a Q&A thing. It's just like,
No,
oh,
no,
I
no,
love you.
no.
That's what I love, and you're great. Like I knew you would be anyways. Like I wasn't that stressed. I was like, always a bit of get the butterflies. Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm just like a total asshole. And I'm just like, hey, Adam,
I'm like, hey, so I'm
what's your
leaving.
next question?
Okay, if I would actually, I would don't know what I would do in that situation.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh my God.
Imagine though. I hope you never have that interview.
So I have another question for you. We're almost done.
Yes.
So I'm just keeping like I feel like I'm like, oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
But
Go for it.
so how do you think? Because Scylla obviously was part of the spree. Do you think that Nectar and Scylla will have like scenes moving forward? Like, how do you think a conversation between them would go? Like, it.
Hmm. I think that they've both come to realizations
Yeah,
together in some ways. I think that Scylla's realized that there's a bigger enemy. I think Nick has also realized that. Um, I still think that Nick is holding on to this. I mean, I don't think she still loves. I don't think she's all of a sudden like, I love the army. Like I think she's just gonna be like, okay, now we free ourselves from the Camarilla. Now let's actually be free though, for
yeah.
real. Like now at this point, do we have to be the soldiers?
Mm,
Can people choose to be soldiers rather? And if they want to, if they, because also I think this does reflect the fact of like what does it actually mean to be a soldier in today, like in our lives, like you are giving your life for a country, but do you, what if you disagree with the war that you're fighting for? Like
yeah, yeah,
do you have the choice to be like, no, I don't want to be part of this anymore, like I don't want to give my life and potentially kill people that I don't want to kill. So yeah, I think that that's still going to be strong for Nick. So like I think for sure, and so yeah, I'm curious as to like where Scylla's at. I don't think Scylla loves the army either. I don't think like after this
no,
it was gonna be like, yeah, let's
no,
all
she's just kind of
conscript.
yeah. She's just with Rael. That's it. She's Rael's
Yeah, I
Rael.
mean
That's
she's
it.
like with Rael, but also like we have to get these like this Camarilla. These people are just the worst, and I don't think either of them having it. So I wonder what their conversations would be. I feel like they're in a place of agreement, but you could see in season 2 that Scylla was feeling some remorse and seeing the like direct
Yeah,
um connection to like being like, yeah, I sacrificed these lives. It's like I was making a point, but also like here are the actual people that I guess you don't always have that kind of connection. I don't think that that Nick has had that yet.
yeah,
So like really seeing the impact of like the kind of message she was trying to push forward. Also, like what is Nick's connection to humans at this point?
mm.
I don't know if like some of like maybe also connecting with Rael will help with that because like Rael's dad's the best.
Just
So,
honestly the best
like,
man. Listen, he is the sweetest man in the
Oh,
world. Oh my god, same girl, same.
so sweet. But like, yeah, there's kind of these little moments where just like, Rael having, a dad that's human, who obviously sees Rael also as human,
Mm.
um, is pretty huge. And I don't know if Nick just had the experience of a human being seeing her as human either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe kind of expanding her view of like the fact that maybe, but also Elliot told me that some humans were part of the spree. And I was
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah,
Like some human beings were like, yeah, like we should see witches as full people as well, that like have the right to have lives and all that stuff. So I wonder if that's gonna come in. I don't know if we're gonna get to meet more spree people. Like how are spree and army to come together? I
yeah.
don't know. I do feel like they might have each other's backs, but also I don't know. I don't think Scylla would be intimidated by Nicta.
No, I don't
Scylla's
think so.
a queen, but yeah, they're both kind of very strong-minded characters, and they have very intense morality that they live by.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Whether or not you agree with it, but there's like very specific reasons why they do the things that they do. So maybe they'll be on the same kind of front, or they're just I don't think they're gonna be super far. And
Yeah,
but also who knows what they're gonna write. Like
yeah,
they
exactly.
might just send us on completely different journeys. Like but having been on the other side, being not being like being the bad guy, I think does give you perspective, and to not judge people
Exactly.
in that way because you've been misjudged. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think it'll be more kind of like how they relate to other characters. Like I don't know how Abigail and Nick they're gonna get along.
That's true because Abigail and Scylla were like
What's
Abigail
that
was really
gonna
just like no, like you were spree, you
You're
betrayed
the
us. I'm like,
sprays.
she was protecting Rael, like it was it's just like she was
Yeah,
protecting Rael, but like I just feel like Abigail's just gonna give Nick to like nothing, just gonna be like
I
you gotta earn my trust, you gotta earn my respect.
no idea.
Like I
And
don't
Nick is gonna be like, sure, sure, honey.
yeah, Nicta's gonna give
You
Abigail
do you.
maybe you know what I reckon Nicta might give Abigail like she might match her sass. Like she'd be like, I'm not taking any shit from this girl. Like, who are you? Like, I'm Nick the bitch. Like, I'm the lead of the spree. Like, don't fuck with me. Like.
But also Kalita though. Kalita's a freaking force. Like that group
Honestly,
that is now together. They're
insane.
like superheroes kind of. Oh no,
Right,
did I lose you?
Kalita's power literally.
Adam,
I was
where
like,
did you go? Oh, there you are. Okay.
oh, did I freeze? Am I back? What happened? We
Yeah,
good?
you're totally
Oh,
back.
thank God.
I was gonna sing the Adam come back song, and I was just
It
in the
what
middle of
manifests.
it, but
It
we're
works.
here.
It works. Yeah,
Sorry,
but
what were you saying? I missed
what
it. I
was,
totally
what
missed
was
what
I
you're saying.
saying? I was just saying, yeah, Kalita, like her power was just
Yes.
so if there's like a final battle, like I feel like with Nectar, like Sarah, because Sarah's like alive now. Well, within the
Where's she gonna come
Masalim,
from?
she's alive.
Yeah.
Kalida, the Bellwether unit, like Scylla, all of them working together. Petra, everybody. I just feel like it would be one hell of a battle, one hell of it. Like I feel it
Rael with the mycelium, like
literally.
this whole crew, like, or even like if their powers blended together, like there's just so many possibilities.
There's so many possibilities. Um,
But yeah,
And like finally, like where do you see Nicta's journey going in season 3? Like, do you reckon she'll be fully like redeemed, or like, where do you see her uniting, the army and the spree together? Maybe they'll become like one force, against the Camarilla, like because I think
mm,
Petra said to her, protect them at the end. She's like,
yeah,
protect
yeah.
them. You have to do what you can to, so she trusts
Hmm.
Nicta to, save her daughter, protect her daughter. So like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
that is pretty huge that Petra's taking such a freaking journey on this.
Yeah.
Petra was so by the book, and now it's completely like, what am I doing? So hmm, I think they will unite. it does really hit Nicta when Albin Hurst is just like, you've been the biggest thing that's like fueled our fight as the Camarilla.
Hmm.
So that is something to hold and be like, oh, like there's a connection. It's interesting how there's like this kind of like pull effect. The army impacts the spree impacts the Camarilla. Anyway, all these layers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel Arlen, don't know what's going to be written, that they will unite. There will be a kind of like a bonding of these different forces after they fight them, because I'm assuming we're going to win, because come
Yeah.
on, we're
I mean,
amazing.
exactly. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, we have to. But what happens after you win? I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, how do these people go back to, because do the Spreen army then again butt heads again around conscription?
Yeah.
Like what is going to happen to that world? And maybe the army, maybe there will be some opening up as well. I think like you can see with Ashley too, she's not following orders in the same way.
Yeah.
And that is a kind of saying like, no, yeah, I know I'm a soldier, but I'm a human first. This is my family. I need to go after these things.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that there's rigidities. They've been, the army's been quite rigid, the spree's been quite rigid as well, and there's like space for maybe them to see each other as like more open, and to open up, for both of them to open up in a way. Also depends how humans see them, because at this point, Ashley, Rael, and Tally are gonna be like enemies number one,
Oh
since
yeah.
they're gonna be like, they were captured on film killing Penelope.
Yeah.
So right now the Camarilla has like media, like also propaganda to like really make them look bad. Which I guess Nicta says, like, watch, they're gonna turn you into monsters.
Yeah. Because like
Which is, that's what happened to the spree.
exactly. I was literally about to
Mhm.
say like that's I guess it's actually kind of smart on Elliot's part because like, Tally, Abigail, and Rael, like they all, they killed Penelope. We know they had to for the greater good because she was but it was all, it was a plan. But like Nicta kind of relates because like this is what happened to her in a way. Like she got erased
Mhm.
from history. Like all she was banished, what, and then so it's I feel like their journeys are kind of similar in a way, and that's why Nicta's like she
Less
relates like,
killing for them.
yes,
But
yes, less
yeah.
killing for them. Yes, of course.
Yes.
But she's like these girls, did something
Yeah.
not but something she can relate. That's why maybe Nick is on the journey with them to protect them because she knows what could happen because it happened to her.
Mhm.
And that's why
Yeah.
she can, be a mentor not only to Tally but also to all of them and kind of guiding them into like what's next. Like this is just to help them out because it's all new,
Mhm.
So that's why this show is so good because all the characters, the story is so complex that like you don't realize all these different things, but then like Alice just like a genius with his story. He's
Yeah.
insane, and like it kind of just all when you really think about it, it just all makes sense, and like there's so much thought into it, and that's why it's so good. So like, damn, I'm so excited for season 3. You got to kill it. I know you are.
I mean, yeah. I wonder how many people Nick is gonna kill in season 3. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm super excited. I hope that it goes on further. We'll I know
Same.
I know the switches are powering through. There's a war.
Oh
There's another
yeah.
war being
Oh
fought.
yeah. We are at war with free. We are going to get season 4 and beyond. Like the switches will fight. If there's one thing, like the power
I
of the
can feel
fan
it.
can be crazy. It can be a force to be reckoned.
I'm just realizing now, like
Yeah.
you don't recognize that if you haven't interacted with a fandom before. You have no idea. You're just like, oh, what is this concept of a fan?
Yeah.
It's so, yeah. I'm curious, how do you like, you feel, you were saying that you relate to your friends like as friends, but do you ever feel that they see you as a friend as well? Or like, do you sometimes feel like they're disconnected from you because you're kind of like on this pedestal?
So like I feel like I never really put myself on a pedestal because I'm just like
Yeah.
it's like I don't see
Yeah.
like there's no point. Like why? Like I'm just
Yeah.
like everybody else. Like I'm not
I
anyone's
love
like,
that. I love
you
that so
know,
much.
like
Yeah.
like, oh, you're abnormal. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like I'm just a guy like everybody else. Like I'm freaking out like you
Yeah.
guys. Like I'm not
I
even
know.
special. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm just a guy like posting videos. Like we're just hanging out. Like I'm not, we're all
Mhm.
friends. Like I'm not like anybody special. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
we're all the same. We're all equal. That's it.
I feel very
That is.
similarly. I feel like I think I'm just starting to get used to fans, just like how it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
works,
It
and
can
just
be
being like,
overwhelming, but like,
be like, yeah.
but it's
But it's nice.
yeah.
I feel like these fans are so lovely and so kind, and yeah, like I think I'm not as scared as I think I was before. I was just like,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Of course, like the first time, you've ever interacted with like, a fandom and like, you had never joined Twitter, of course it's gonna be like, holy crap.
no,
Like
no
all these
idea.
people, like, oh my God, everyone's showing me love. Like, this is so cool. But like after a while, you're like, oh, like that's they become your friends, You join the total
Yeah,
squad,
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so like,
I didn't even know what a Discord was. I was like, what? What is this Discord? Are they in conversation? I guess they are. Yeah, they are in conversation. But it was just
yeah,
so,
I
yeah,
love it. I love it so
everyone's very
much.
patient with me. Very patient.
Yeah, you're learning. You're doing so well. You're like really just grasping. Like, yes, I'm here. Like, let's go. I love it. I love it so much.
Oh,
But Alan,
oh
that's
my
all
God.
the questions. That's all like that I have. I'm not gonna take up
Thank
any more because
you.
it's been like a while. But girl, thank you so much for joining me for your first. And I'm honored this. You chose me to be your first Motherland interview.
You had to be.
It's full circle moment. I'm like, when I
You
found that
had
out,
to
when I
be.
found that out, I was like, girl, that's just my mind was blown. I'm like, whoa, like so
Oh,
cool. But thank you for joining me early in the morning. I appreciate you so much.
well, thank you so much. I feel like that energy that you're putting out in the world is really coming back at you. Like all
Thank you
that
so much.
care, that love, that kindness towards the characters, towards the people, how genuine and humble you are. It's just so refreshing because this industry can be doesn't isn't that sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thank you for that. Thank you. You've kind of been like holding me throughout this whole process in a
Oh my
weird
God,
way.
cool.
I know.
Stop. Girl,
And like here we are.
I have a gift for you. You know this duck? Girl.
Don't even. I can't. I can't. The duck. Oh my God.
I feel you deserve
Mwah.
this. I feel.
Thank you,
Just
duck.
for you.
Okay, also, how did this duck come to be? Because I met the duck obviously when I was doing my research, and I was like, ooh, this is a powerful duck. I was like, this duck is I could feel the duck was important right away. But I was like, how did this duck get imbued with this?
It
Like,
was,
what is
it was a total fluke. It was a
what
it was a total fluke. I won this in like one of those like claw machines, but it was like the baby, like
okay.
the little like his name. Anyways, so I got this duck. His name is Matt, by the way. I named it Matt.
Matt. Oh my God. The duck's Matt.
Like
Nice
his
to
name's
meet you,
Matt.
Matt.
And it sits there, and then in one episode, I don't know which episode it was. But something must have happened, obviously, and I was just like, oh my God, I was just so like proud of the whoever was of the cast or whatever scene it was. I can't even remember what it was, and I'm like, I need to give him something, and I look, and this was like the only thing in my grasp that I could just like grab straight away, and I'm like, this duck, I'm gonna, I just said that as like a joke, this duck is for you, like I would, it was a joke, and then it became a thing in my videos, and people like, you have to give it to somebody, like it's like a crown, you have to give it to somebody every week,
Oh
and
my
like, oh my God,
God.
it became a thing. I was like, okay, and then
It's amazing. It's like I feel like you should find that video. You should find that original moment when the duck came, when Matt joined you.
I really do. I
You
really
really do. Or like a duck montage of all the ducks. Come
Oh my
back.
God, can you imagine a montage of my reaction to like that bloody duck? Oh my God.
You get the duck. You get the duck. You get the duck.
I I need to get more duck. I have to go back and get a whole bunch of other ducks. So I only have one duck.
Oh
I need
my
more.
God.
I need a whole bunch more. But
It feels special though. It feels like that duck though has held, like when you give the duck to someone, that duck has been given to so many people. So like that duck is holding a legacy of
right,
duck giving. You know what I mean?
right.
So like
It's a
I
powerful duck. It's a
I
very
really like, yeah.
I love
The
it.
duck.
So this is for you. So Arlen, you have deserved the duck always.
Oh my God, thank
So
you. I'm honored. I mean, this is like my dream come true. All of them.
say
All
full circle
today. I
moment.
start my morning. Yeah, full circle moment. I've gotten the duck now. Like I can't even. I feel like I don't even deserve it, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Thank
Arlen, thank you
you.
so much for joining me. I'll let
Yes.
you go. Well,
Yes.
guys, that was the end of my collab with Arlen. Thank you, Arlen, again for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to share this with everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and
Oh my God,
hopefully
yes.
we'll chat again soon. You're welcome
Yes.
time, okay?
And maybe in person if I ever come to Australia. I would
Yes,
love to meet you.
definitely. Likewise.
Yes.
I likewise,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's it for me.
Okay.
Ciao for now. Bye, guys.
Ciao. Mwah.